So we're making stuff for Dirk and Moneybag Yo today. Let's go. So in our session, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over our main pad and piano because that's the basis of our melody. We're at 160 BPM. Let's go. So that piano is Omnisphere. This is C7 Cinematic, and it has a more of a moody texture than a lot of the other keyscape pianos do. Just a super good sound to use and a super good start. Again, we have another layer of C7 Cinematic, and this one is just our bass. So I'm going to go ahead and solo this one. So after our piano elements, we can go ahead and we can check out our bell. Now, this one is called Gladiator. This is another Omnisphere preset. This one is in Aberration ISO bank. This one's called Bell Gladiator. Really like this one. This one is just a super dark sound. And on this one, we have an EQ. Take out some of these lows, a little bit of low mids, and just some of these mids. Just a little bit muddy down there. So after that, we've got a Portal preset on here. This one is called Injective. This is in Prod Alex's Euphoria bank. Shout out Alex. Got the mix turned down to about 50% just because we don't want it to be too big. If I turn it all the way up, you can hear it's just doing a little bit too much. So I want to go back down here. And after that, because I've done a bunch of EQ cuts, I've just got the gain turned up a little bit. So after that, we can check out this flute. This is one of my favorite parts of this sample. Super moody, another Omnisphere. I haven't used Omnisphere in a little bit, so I decided recently I'm just gonna go back, see if these any old presets I want to use, and I actually found a bunch that I hadn't used in a long time that I really like. This one's called Flute Single, another Aberration preset. Super good. I'm just gonna open up the MIDI. It's the same MIDI as the bass, but it's just kind of one of those textures that you gotta have. I'll play it for you. And you can again kind of hear there's a little bit going on in the background, and that is another Portal preset. Again, I've got the same one on here, Injective. A lot of times with Portal, if you start to mix the presets, it can muddy it up a lot because there's a lot of extra stuff going on. So I try and keep it super simple. If I'm going to use like Portal on it, I might do 1 or 2 different ones, maybe 3, depending on how the sounds all work together. And then after that, we've got M Rhythmizer, and this one is just a volume gate. We got it on the 8th, and then we've just got the dry and wet turned down to 22%. So after that, we can go on to our pads. This is the first pad. It's called Weary. This is another Aberration sound, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is in the same ISO bank. I really like how this one just kind of sits in the back and is super eerie. And then I've got Portal on there again as well. This one is called Strange Dreams. This is a stock preset, actually. Should probably try this one because I really do like this one. But yeah, it doesn't do a lot. It's just adding like a little twinkly sound in the back. And then we go to our next pad. This is pad Don't Play. This is again another Aberration sound. And again for Portal, we have Strange Dreams on this one again. And then we have the same 8th note gate on it, just so it meshes with the other pad nicely. So then after our pads, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our violin. This is just doing a nice little top line. And I've showcased it before, but this violin is from Spitfire Audio. It's their free symphony library, Violin 1, and I've just got it on spiccato, so it has a short attack. And then after those, we just have one more sound left, and this is our sub. I'm mixing a sub and that low piano bass, just I want a nice crisp low end. And most people cut it out anyway, but when you're listening to samples, it just helps. It just sounds thicker and more full. This one is in Anthems Volume 1 by LRBG and Synthetic. This one's called Bass Clock. Super fire, super thick sub. Let's listen. So yeah, nothing too crazy going on here. Just have the sub going. And then when I bring in the piano bass, I've got an EQ on the piano bass, just cutting a little bit of those lows so the sub can sit there. So I kept these ones in, it'd just be too muddy all around in the low end. And we want to keep it thick, but we don't want it to be so thick that it takes away from everything else.
Complete.